Welcome to Doak Campbell Stadium, home to the Florida State Seminoles. And just listen to this crowd energy. Every Seminoles game, the war chant goes full throttle. And a game like this is what makes college football great. Yeah, there's history and tradition, but right here, right now, there is tremendous intensity and bitterness on this field. You can feel it. As we'll see the number 9 team in the land, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on the 3rd-ranked team, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. I think we've talked long enough, Kirk. Let's get this game going. And the Noles will kick this deep to start us off. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. He'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in 3rd down. What's an offense doing on 3rd down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend 1st down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss, you throw the offense out of whack, and their game plan gets much more challenging to try to come up with that 1st down.
And the head coach will decide to accept the penalty and take the yardage. Offense getting set. 2nd down play here. Here's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. And the defense smothers him for no gain. Well, Cook, he played in rivalry games. No shortage of inspiration, but how do you manage the emotion of it all?
Well, I think you need great leadership from the team. Sometimes teams don't handle the emotions of it, and the game can get sideways on you. The teams that play the best in rivalry games are the teams that have the best leaders to keep them focused on the task at hand.
That's a nice scramble there, a big gain, but not enough for the 1st down.
Boy, he comes up just short of his 1st down, but a nice job of picking up some yards on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. In this case, it wasn't quite enough to pick up the 1st down, but he gives them a chance.
And the coverage team makes the stop on this return. Guys up front lined up. It's 1st down. Different pre-snap look from the linebackers now. Opening play of the drive. Quick throw to the left. He's found some room at the 45. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain. More than enough to pick up a 1st down.
Another great throw by this quarterback to be able to pick up a 1st down and keep this drive alive. I'll tell you, he's starting to kind of feel like he's getting into a zone. And boy, Chris, over the years, how many Florida State quarterbacks have we seen get in that zone? Guys like Chris Wenke and Jameis Winston, Charlie Ward. Man, so many good signal callers that have played at FSU.
They'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And remember, the last time these rivals met, Kirk, these guys dropped the hammer. It got ugly.
And, Chris, don't underestimate the mental anguish that can put on a team. It's important that this defense plays well and tries to get the ball back to their own offense to give them a chance to build their confidence up.
And they bring him down. Blocker has not much help on the screen there. He's short of the 1st down. So now from the 27, the offense faces a 3rd and short. How aggressive will they play it?
Early on in a football game, the offense always wants to try to develop just a nice rhythm to their offense. That time, just a simple screen to the running back, and they build some confidence on this 1st drive with a nice play.
They finally tackle him at the 4. It's a solid gain on the pitch and catch.
But these guys clearly weren't even thinking about a field goal on this one. They know that field goals won't win a game like this anyway, so be aggressive. And now it's 1st and goal.
They'll try the option play here. He'll toss it to the back. Fights his way in for the score. Touchdown, Knowles. And Kirk, how important is that to get off to a positive start to draw first blood in a rivalry game like this?
Well, Chris, as you know, in a rivalry game, there's so much emotion. So to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
And the PAT makes it 7-0 to open scoring. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. Fighting them off.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
They'll run it here. Stopped right there at the line, no gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
So let's see what they like here on 3rd and short from inside their own 20. Important to pick up this first down. And a quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Miami.
Interesting play call here. 3rd and short inside their own 20. They want to get this drive going, or a punt could give the opponents excellent field position. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. And he dumps it off to the tight end. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
What a clutch play here by this offense to convert on 3rd down. I know it's still early in this game, but the fact that they've dug themselves a hole to convert there and keep this drive alive, they got a new set of downs and a chance to dig into this lead.
Hits into space at the 50. That's an explosive gain. They've got him, but they gain all the way to the 28.
Man, it is fun to watch this guy get out in the open field. I didn't realize he could run like this. That's a big gain for this offense.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. And the pass is incomplete.
Man, Chris, I don't know if that was a bad read by the quarterback or a bad route by the receiver. They got to get this cleaned up before the next time they go through the air.
Incomplete, so it's 2nd down and 10. He hands it off from the gun. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Chris, what I love here is just the vision by the running back. Showing great patience, the hole opens up, and then he's able to use his speed to pick up some good yards.
Quick pass, here comes a jet sweep. The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
Man, that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Coming to the line on 2nd down, this is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. Makes it across the goal line. Touchdown, Miami. Now here comes the point after attempt. And the PAT is good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. He'll bring it out from his end zone. And they stop him at the 23. That's solid coverage. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. The last possession was a passing game clinic. They moved it right down for a touchdown. Can they keep it going? One back in the backfield, and he'll get the carry.
Well, the defense coordinator this week all week telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And the wideout goes in motion. Defense makes the tackle with the clock running. That'll probably be the final play of this first quarter. To begin the quarter with a crucial play, offense setting up for this third down. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Escapes the pocket. Breaks loose at the 45. Quarterback gets down to avoid the tackle.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead, he shows how he can slip out of the back door of this defense and pick up a nice gain.
Again, thrown out of the RPO, and it's complete. And they tackle him, but not before a huge gain down near the 26.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
He's hit right as he throws it. Incomplete.
Boy, the defense rolls the dice here on this screen pass. If they don't hit this quarterback, this is a big play, but give them credit. They were able to get to him before they were able to complete that pass.
After the incompletion on first down, looking to throw it again. Looking to set up a screen pass here. And they'll bring him down. The defense fought through the blocks, and they stop him short of the first down.
A lot of times this can be a tough play to defend because you're so concerned with getting pressure on the quarterback. But here the defense does a good job of coming off of coverage and chasing down the receiver.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. They've got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
And they will trot out the field goal team here. And that one's straight down the middle.
I was watching this guy in pregame. He has got a strong leg. I'm surprised here he's able to put 3 points up here for the offense.
Turn starts inside the 15. He'll be tackled at the 27. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. After a first down loss, it's 2nd and long from their 25. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Catch is made way down inside the 30. Finally tackled down at the 17-yard line. Now this offense in great scoring position.
Now that's how you execute. I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after that big play, I'm all about taking a shot right to the end zone here.
They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on first down.
Here's the handoff on 1st and goal. And he's tackled down at the 4-yard line. Defense getting pushed back.
You know, when the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line, you love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. Because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Hurricanes.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. And they stop him short of the 25 there. Offense begins at the 22. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. After a field goal the last time out, we'll see what they can get here. They're going to run it. He shreds the tackle.
Coaches told us in pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Good push up front and great acceleration by this back. I tell you, he's doing a pretty good impression right now of a combination of greats that they've had at Florida State. Guys like Warwick Dunn and Devontae Freeman, and more recently with guys like Cam Akers and Dalvin Cook.
They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Just love watching this back run. Gets behind that offensive line, lowers his pads, and gets a nice solid gain.
Now it's 2nd down here. Pre-snap motion from the offense. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Looking right, this one caught. Gets some space around the 30. Touchdown, Seminoles. No chance to catch him.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? Of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You give the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
BAT puts him up 3. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He's going to bring this out a few yards deep in the end zone. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Hurricanes offense retakes the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn on the early going here. Both offenses scoring touchdowns their last possession. Here's a screen pass to the running back. Finds room at the 30. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen right here by this offense. They let the rushers get upfield, completely oblivious that the blockers are getting out in front and getting downfield, put the ball right on the back, and let him have all that space and an escort in front of him to pick up big yards.
And he can't escape. It's a sack for the defense.
Nothing is more gratifying for a defense to be able to sit back and play zone and still get pressure on the quarterback with your defensive front.
The offensive line will have to regroup after the sack. It's 2nd and 13. He's going to take off. Gets loose on the scramble and picks up a decent gain. Short of the first down though. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. From the shotgun, drops back. Grab down the middle. It's Shaw. And he's brought down, but there is a penalty marker out there. Let's check out this call.
Man, playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield and you get a call like this.
Airing this one out toward the sideline. He's got it near the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Canes.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches the football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
So the offense getting some momentum before halftime with the touchdown. Now they kick off in hopes the defense can get a quick stop. And he's going to bring this out from a couple yards deep in the end zone. And he stopped at the 19. Good job by the coverage team. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. Backed up this close to their end zone in the final minute. Let's see if they just decide to take care of the football and look toward the second half. First play of the drive, they come out throwing. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out the punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, he's unable to hold on to the football.
And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Oh, they've got him for a sack. A big play made by the junior. And now the defense will call a timeout before this critical down, just to get everybody on the same page. So a tricky situation here. 3rd and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's going to be 4th down and inches to go.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
We'll try to run it with the option. Oh, and it's fumbled. The lateral goes wrong. Defense grabs the football. It's a turnover. Touchdown for the U. A fumble return for 6. That is any defender's dream. Comes up with a fumble, takes it back to the house.
I can't believe the speed that this guy has to be able to score. I thought maybe he'd pick it up, maybe go a few yards, but instead, he took it all the way to the end zone.
Here's the point after attempt. Extra point makes the lead 11. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Canes will kick this away to start the second half. And the return starts just inside the end zone. And he stopped at the 20. Tried to make something happen, but that's good coverage there. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. And they'll start the 3rd quarter here on the ground. They'll tackle him right at the 25-yard line.
I think this defense keeps thinking about them throwing the football, and by doing that, they're opening up running lanes. Good positive yards there by the running back.
Sticking with the running game. Jukes to get past the man. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
It's out of bounds as a short gain on the play.
You see more and more offenses in college football going to 3 receivers, and the slot receiver a lot of times can become the go-to guy. He gets mismatches against either safeties, a nickelback, or a linebacker walked out, and you can take advantage of it.
Brought down, but it's past the line to gain.
A nice little simple touch pass here by the quarterback, getting the ball out to the receiver who's in motion. Look, that doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down, and no offense is ever going to say no to moving the chains.
They've got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here. He's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle of the line of scrimmage.
Important 2nd down play coming up. And they wrap him up, but the gain is good enough for a first down.
Defense kind of lost the running back here. Makes a nice catch, gets the first down in the process.
The Seminoles starting a new series here on 1st and 10. Here comes a throw from the red zone. It's an out route and catch made. Forced out of bounds after a nice gain. The offense is knocking on the door with a 1st and goal.
Chris, I think you got to give all the credit to the wide receiver here. Man-to-man coverage on an out route. That is a tough ask. Good inside move on the stem to separate from the defender, and a great throw by the quarterback near the sideline.
Well, that was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
Timeout called by the defense, their first of the half, as they try to make some adjustments here. Third down and goal. Big play coming up here in the red zone. They'll try to run this one in. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Crucial play. Down double digits in the second half. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Keep it on the ground, trying to power in for the touchdown. Fights his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
This is called having confidence in an offensive line and a running back. 4th down and goal, you pound it in for the touchdown.
And the point after cuts it to a 4-point game, 28-24. Now they get set to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Miami offense is back on the field. They reached the end zone the last time out, trying to do the same thing here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And the gain is good enough for a first down near the 38.
Chris, the thing that I love about this play is the running back showing great patience and then the vision to find that hole and then accelerate through it for a nice gain.
And then first down, they go right back to him. That one moves the ball across the 40.
That's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Offense getting set. It's second down. There's the snap, and he's looking to throw. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down. And that'll put him over 150 yards today, Kirk. He is putting on a show on this big stage.
How great is this? On this stage, as you mentioned, Chris, just playing his best game. He's been in sync with his receivers. Back there, has time to throw. Just having a dream performance.
Handoff from the shotgun. A solid 8-yard gain brings up a 2nd and 2.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Handoff here from the shotgun. And the sophomore able to bring him down quickly.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively. I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
The game picks up the first down, tackled at the 37.
Man, I love the toughness from this offense here on 3rd down and short. Being able to get behind a big physical offensive line, they get a hat on a hat, get enough of a push, and the back is able to get behind there and find just enough real estate to pick up the first down.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. Inside the 25. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
And now the handoff. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play.
Brought down at the 13-yard line. Brings up second down. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Miami 28, Florida State 24.
Offense getting set for a second down here to begin the quarter. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Running back has it on the screen now. Aiming for the end zone. They bring him down, but not before he gains first down yardage.
Well, it's so easy to get caught up in the receivers and the quarterback, and your eyes get lost. You forget about the running back. Nice catch and a first down for this offense.
And they try the middle, but stuffed for no gain.
Well, that's an excellent effort here by this defense, staying in their run phase. They're holding their own at the line and making the tackle. The offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get anything going there.
Another handoff to him on 2nd and goal. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Nice job by this defense on that 2nd down, so we now have 3rd down and goal. The offense could be thinking about 4-down situation. They need to put the ball into the end zone. They don't want to settle for a field goal here.
Going to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Looking for 6. Looking for the end zone, but not complete.
Interesting call here, Chris, to throw the ball on 3rd and short. Unable to come up with a first down. Now here at 4th down, you got a big decision to make. Do you kick the field goal just to add to the lead, or maybe go for this here with a chance to drop the hammer?
Following the field goal, the kickoff team is out there now.
And that one, my gosh, I mean, it's almost too easy. Nice kick.
He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. And he gets it out to the 28, tackled right there. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. And that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the running game. Let's see if they can do it again. Second down after that run on the previous play. Here's the snap. Offense looking to throw the ball. Delivers from the pocket, complete over the middle. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down. The Noles will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. And he picks up the first down before they get into the ground.
You know, even though that these guys are facing a deficit, they're not just going all through the air. Love the fact that you're running the football, keeping this defense honest, not panicking by just throwing every single down. Now you got a new set of downs and a chance to keep moving the ball down the field.
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. And he's got it. Tackled quickly after the catch, but the ball moves all the way to the 30.
You know, in these spread offenses, the game just keeps evolving, and the opportunities keep presenting themselves for the big guys to be able to run a corner out. So hard to cover this.
They continue to march toward a game-tying touchdown. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a handoff. And he'll run out of bounds after picking up a few yards on the play.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Quick pass. The catch is made. Touchdown, Noles. Strong game by this quarterback. Coach, you play quarterback. How about appreciating a receiver that runs his routes that precisely?
Chris, it's not just his route running. It's the chemistry between the quarterback and the receiver that really, I think, is unique. They put so much time into this in the offseason. By the time they get to Saturdays, you can close your eyes and make your throw. It's exactly what we saw right there.
He's going to try for a return from a couple yards deep in the end zone. Makes it to the 16. That's good coverage there. Here comes the Miami offense back out onto the field. The last possession, they had to settle for a chip shot field goal. Can they find the end zone this time out? Finds an open target on the left side.
Chris, it's so easy to get excited about the receivers on the outside and their ability to make big plays, but the slot receivers are just as exciting, especially with their finesse, quickness, and ability to make guys miss in the middle of that field.
Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Now the offense will call a timeout here. Something they didn't like about what they saw there. Wanting to make an adjustment before this critical down. Here we go. Crucial play coming up. It's 3rd down and 3. Looking to pick up the 1st down through the air. Catch made on the out route. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon.
Well, when you play zone defense on 3rd down and you don't get pressure from your defensive line, you're going to give a quarterback a lot of time to be able to find an open receiver and eventually get the 1st down. Not surprised at all that they're able to convert.
Looks like he didn't get the snap off in time. That'll cost him 5 yards. Pretty easy call for the head coach. He will accept that penalty, of course. 1st down here. Time for one more play before the clock stops for the 2-minute warning. Quarterback drops back. Looking to make a play deep downfield. Oh, it's intercepted. A critical late mistake here. They get him down after a short return, but the takeaway sets up the offense at the 43. First down here for this offense. It's a shotgun run call. Fights through a tackle.
A lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. That wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
Quarterback wants to throw it on 2nd down. Over the middle. It's Brewer. There's the tackle, but 1st down yardage.
Well, the defense loads up to show blitz, and anytime they bring that kind of pressure, the quarterback knows he's got to be able to get the ball out of his hands quickly. Nice job of locating the tight end for that 1st down.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Makes a quick catch, and he will be stuffed for no gain.
I can see what the quarterback's trying to do here, Chris, and he gets the completion, but just no gain. There's just no room to go after the catch.
Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Well, I'll tell you what, this guy's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. And here we are, late in the game. He needs to continue to play with that consistency. That's a great example that he's up to.
That's a big game before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a 1st down. And the Seminoles line up on 1st and 10 now. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has a handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. Can this defense get a stop and send this to overtime?
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice game.
1st and goal, final 2 minutes. A chance for the offense to break the tie here very late. And they're trying to punch it in here. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And they stop the clock with a timeout, 9 seconds remaining. And the coach chooses to go for a field goal attempt here. He's made his only attempt so far. This one, the most important, to take the lead in the final seconds. Kick is good. Gives the offense 3 points to show for that drive. And that puts them back on top.
Well, they almost put a touchdown on the board, but instead they come away with 3 points.
And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. offense will need some big plays to get into field goal range. The clock, a huge factor here. First down, looking to throw the football. Now in the final couple minutes, here's a deep shot. And it falls incomplete. The final play of the game as time runs out. But you love to see a game come down to the final possession. It was who's going to have the football last, and they were able to make plays and come out with a win.